Okay, a lot of you will already know this about me, and that is that I've always been a leader that doesn't try to second guess what's going on in the world. Speaking to people has always been my mantra. I used to go and speak to the people which were our staff, because if there was one thing that was going to improve our business operationally was speaking to the staff. Well, no surprise, I've carried that on in my own business when looking at the customer. Why second guess them? Why try and build tech for tech's sake when actually all you can do is actually go out and listen to the customer? Well, this week again, it's been interesting because I've been hanging out with customers and asking them questions about our app, also what they like and what they don't like. And then they had an interesting question from a customer who said, why did you start the ONEEV app? And actually, my business partner, my co-founder and I, we started this purely because we recognized that there was good tech. But just over a year ago, we recognized that actually the customer experience was poor. So we designed everything around the customer. And we still do that today. Ironically, a year ago, before we entered the industry, we didn't hear about the customer experience in the industry in EV. Actually, because that was the quiet. That was the substitute for it, though, was let's find fast charging, let's get as many chargers out there as possible, which, to be honest, the network needed. It's interesting, though, that since we've come along as the new kids on the block, we've actually been instrumental at getting the other bigger players to start talking more about the customer experience. You see it now a lot on LinkedIn and different updates that's going on. It's good to see the big boys that are following us in leading the way on the customer experience. Everything I've ever done is about the customer. And it's interesting that actually as newbies, and some would say as a small startup, what can you bring? And some even say to me, how are you going to take on these big giants? Well, I'm not. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make it better. And how do I make it better? Simply make sure that every time someone turns up to a charge point, it works, and it works easy. And that's what we're doing here at ONEEV. Secondly, as well, we were the first business, believe it or not, we're just a startup of just over 1 year. We were the first to start by offering lifestyle benefits to the customers, things like the Starbucks vouchers. People are traveling around and a little Starbucks voucher here and there won't go amiss. Also, we've worked with some great brands on doing some promo deals where we're bringing back ideas of pricing to the customers. We've done Valentine's promotions, we've done Black Friday promotions, none of which the industry was doing before. So when you see some of these big players at the moment, you might just say maybe they're coming on the back of ONEEV and the agile startup that we built where we're focusing all on the customer. I'm actually pretty proud about that. And someone actually said the other day that actually when people copy you should be immensely proud. And we are. And we're actually seeing some of these other brands now copying us in every degree. So for those brands out there that are copying us, keep doing it. Keep going, because that will give benefit to the EV industry. So as my business partner and I, as we move forward, if you see something and copy it, we love that idea that you're going to copy us, because this means that the EV industry will get better, the customers will get better experience. And on top of that, this is a win-win for the customer. Now, actually, a big company said to me that they were predicting that business like mine would be around in 2 years' time in favor of just a smaller amount of CPOs. I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to that at all. What I subscribe to is that as the demand for new customers comes on board, they will have the power of the voice. And we already got this as well in our business, the voice of the customer. So for those big brands, start to think about the voice of the customer, because it's not about shrinking the size of the ownership of the market. It's about giving them the best experience. Also as well, I don't subscribe to the idea around subscriptions. Why do we use subscriptions? To actually give value to the customers. And we don't offer subscription models, and that's because it's everyday prices for on-the-go people. Well, look, I've just shared those insights because I'm super excited this morning already to have met a bunch of customers who are well happy with what we're doing. And interestingly enough, we were at a charge point where one of my customers rocked up, had a chat with me, and a customer quite close to them couldn't get their app to work, so they switched on to ours. Well done, you know who you are, and I said I'd give you a shout out for it. Have a great day, everybody. And as we go into the weekend, we'll be out and about speaking to customers more and more every day. And let's see where we go from here. But the important message is, if you're a big brand and you're copying us, keep doing it. Yeah, keep doing it, because we would do the same if we felt that you offered something that was good for the customer. So keep doing it. For those that are thinking it's all about getting the market to a smaller size of ownership, I don't agree. I think that actually the offering of choice is the biggest thing that we can do for customers. So look, for everybody who's in the industry, have a great Friday. For all those customers that actually have signed up to ONEEV and have put faith in us, we'll keep working hard for you. Have a great day, everyone.